Greetings. I'm Nick Saint-Erne, or in the SCA known as Nicholas de Navarre of the Kingdom of Atenville. And this is the SCA Virtual Cooking Challenge. And for this recipe, it is a recipe from the 1500s entitled Sour Cherry Cooked in Wine from the Science of Cooking, a medieval Transylvanian cookbook. The recipe goes like this. Sour cherry cooked in wine. Remove the sour cherry stems, wash them, put them in a pot, pour some wine, and add some honey. Cook it. Add some ground cinnamon if you have it, but if you don't have any, you can do without. Slice a bread into cubes, fry it in butter. Put the bread cubes into the sour cherry pot and serve it when hot. Add sugar once served.
The ingredients include a jar of sour cherries, 1 cup of white wine, I used muscatel wine from Spain, honey, ground cinnamon, butter, some sugar, and I also have pictured some unrefined sugar which would have been available in the Middle Ages for the more common people who couldn't afford the refined sugar. And then 1 slice of bread per person. The cherries are put into a pot and allowed to come almost to a boil, and then add the cup of wine. Turn the heat down to a simmer. Add a tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and stir that well, and then it's pretty much ready to serve. You can let it simmer to get thicker. Take the crust off the bread, 1 slice per person, and cube it, and then in a cast iron skillet or other pan, melt some butter. I use 2 tablespoons of butter. And then fry the breadcrumbs so they get crispy on all sides, and then you're pretty much ready. Put the breadcrumbs in the dish and pour some sauce on it along with the cherries. Make sure there's enough sauce to soak into the bread cubes.
So instead of putting the fried bread cubes directly into the pot of cherries, I put them on the bottom of the bowl so they'll soak up with the juice, but they won't be totally soggy by being cooked with them. That way it'll have a little bit of texture to this. The sour cherries with the wine and the honey are then added to the bread. Make sure you get some of that nice liquid in there for the bread to soak in. And then this will make it something like a strawberry shortcake type of a thing, where you have the cherry topping on top of the cubed bread. The tartness is really good, and I made sure I didn't add too much honey because I wanted it to still not be too sweet and maintain the tartness in the dish. The toasted bread gives it a little bit of a bread flavor. What would be nice would be to maybe use a shortcake or an angel food cake and use the sour cherries as a topping. But the sour cherries with the wine and the honey are delicious. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this.